Hello, my name is Zach. Today we're going to be reacting to the entire internet got J. Cole's Poor Thing diss wrong. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this. I saw a comment of people saying that he might be dissing Drake, might be dissing Kendrick. Let's just hear the song first, see what's going on, and then we'll go from there, I guess.
Young puss playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain. Poor thing. Young puss playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain. Picture my soul climbing out an infinite hole. When niggas die over pride and live for the dough. If I survive, then I'll strive to hit with the flow. Hoping these waves are paid, but the ripples are slow. And I'm conflicted with no digits to show. But fantasies of frivolous hoes gripping this pole. The temperature's low. But you know that ain't stopping little nigga from sliding like the tides on the whip in the snow. Vicious for show, tiptoeing around the abyss with sticks blowing. Piss pole with intentions to glimpse the wrist glowing. Face tense from rent owing. Fist clench when niggas diss, but since knowing lives expire when niggas pride gets high in the vocal range. Aside but rise vocal chain. My road to fame is ripe with spikes and broken lanes and tolls I can't afford, but I won't complain. I know the more I gotta struggle is the more I gain. Post-traumatic stress on an immature brain leaves another corpse. Young pup playing war games. Now he's handcuffed. Old lady saying poor thing, poor thing. Young pups playing war games.
One thing I like about J. Cole, like he does a lot of the multi-syllable rhyming, and like sometimes there'll be times where like his whole bar just rhymes like with the bar prior to that.
Wanted love, but he only made more pain. Poor thing. Young pups playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain. Here go a song that gets some shit off of my sternum. This nigga back home been talking slick and I done heard him. You get your name gone, niggas like that gon' throw they dirt on. You make you some cons, niggas gon' act like you ain't earn them. He talk like he lied, but I remember him from high school. Man, deep down inside, know he a bitch, I wanna hurt him. I know that's my pride, I carry it just like a burden. When egos is flared, beware, that's when they close the curtain. That's when they close the curtain. That's when they close the curtain. That's when they close the curtain.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not trying to be like that guy, but I feel like this album I really gotta like dissect it and let it grow on me a little bit before I give a true opinion and stuff like that of how I feel. I feel like anything should be like that. I feel like music is definitely like wine, definitely gets better with age, and some songs can just also get really bad. Like the whole freaking is like Kesha song was like woke up in the morning feeling like P Diddy. It's like yeah, that's no longer a bar anymore, bro. That's check the hard drives, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like I like this because I'm like I could tell like he already has like a good flow going, a nice beat, but I feel like definitely it has to like resonate with me a little bit more, like you know what I'm saying, before I start saying it's a classic or it's bunch. Like sometimes things take up to a decade to really see if it stands the test of time. And it's not only just seeing if it stays famous, it's just like, is it really good after so long? You know what I'm saying? Going back.
Come get your issue, no one gets sprayed. Win or you lose, let the fight another day. If I take a L, I won't feel no way. Plenty nice a nigga didn't eat, punk bitch.
There's another thing too, is like people forget that J. Cole's actually a really good singer.
On the street, punk bitch. Want no Western Unions from you when I need it, punk bitch. All of a sudden I'm buzzing, oh now it's beef, punk bitch. Don't it pop off, give fuck about your mystique, punk bitch. I knew you way before you was at the street, punk bitch. Started rolling with niggas that's packing heat, punk bitch. You more like me than them niggas, you still a geek, punk bitch. You can't hide it with tattoos on your physique, punk bitch. And that lingo you added, that how.
Okay, so tattoos. All right. I don't know if Kendrick has tattoos, but yeah, that doesn't seem like
Speak, punk bitch. And you grew up with both your parents to teach, punk bitch.
You really gotta love the fact how he rhymes punk bitch with punk bitch, and then you know this other time, he's also rhyming punk bitch again with punk bitch. Like insanity, bro. Like lyrical genius. I'm trolling. I already know you're gonna be like, no, he's rhyming the eat with street and needed and beef with mystique and street and heat and geek. I know, bro. I'm just fucking with you, bro.
How the fuck all of a sudden you turning G-punk, bitch? You a slave to the peer pressure, you weak punk, bitch. You ain't claiming no real section, your street wasn't lit. Man, your shit look like mine with hella tree trunk, bitch. Move to Forest Hill Drive and it was peace for a bit. Till domestic turned violent, then the key just switched. In the back of my mind, I gotta be something, bitch. That's when I started rhyming and making beats, something, bitch. Way before you was lying about touching keys, something, bitch. Heard you say I ain't real, that's your belief, huh, bitch? Well, look, I'm back in the Ville so we can see, punk, bitch. Gonna shoot me the fair one when we meet, punk, bitch. And don't be bringing no hammers, nah, don't cheat, punk, bitch. Nah, don't cheat, punk, bitch. Try to lean on that shit, nigga, I want my fucking head up, bitch.
That's another thing too. It's like I don't run fades with nobody except the motherfucking barber. Psych. No, I'm kidding, but nah. That's why I don't be fighting people, not even like as play, because like first of all, multiple reasons. Like a motherfucker can knock your shit straight clean, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? Like I stay in the gym, I do my thing, but like I'm not gonna sit here and go toe to toe with a motherfucker just cause. Like, bro, if you seriously injure me and I become disabled from that, it's not coming back from that. And another thing too is like, it's like that's another thing too. It's like if I got a problem with something, why can't we just talk about it? You know what I'm saying? Mano a mano. Why can't we just like just speak about what the issue at hand is? And if I feel like if we can't even speak about, I mean, obviously, like, there's a limit to everything. It's like, bro, it's like, if you kill someone's mom, like, bro, like, your ass gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Or you slap someone's mom or some shit like that. Or you just, like, straight up, like, but if we're talking about, like, low-level, dumbass shit, like, oh, passive-aggressive, this motherfucker wanted to fight, blah, 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 just because you felt disrespected over some silly shit they said, it's just words, bro. At the end of the day, bro, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers be trying to pull a weapon and shit like that. They would, like, sometimes people would just be rage baiting, looking for problems just so they could use their fucking guns and shit like that. It's like there's more to life than trying to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people live life like that. Like, they go day to day trying to be tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just do every good thing. They probably do it for the wrong reasons. Like, they'll be in the gym because they want to get buff. Not like they just want to get buff, and they probably do steroids. They don't want to. They're not looking out for their health. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Or like they'll fucking buy a weapon, but not to protect themselves, just to cause problems. Like, they'll do everything that could fix your life, but just like for the wrong reasons and bad intentions. And that's why, like, I always stay to myself, like, and I always like master de-escalation and shit like that, because you just never know, like, when your time is, or you just never know when motherfuckers are just trying to, like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you don't know who's at the last point or at the edge of whatever issues they're going through, and then they want to take that shit out on you. It's like, nah, bro, I'm good, bro. Y'all go over there. It's like, bro, if I'm soft because I don't want to fight you, or then I'm soft then, bro. I'd rather be soft and alive than be hard and dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I look at it, bro. I don't care if I'm a punk bitch. No, I'm trolling.
Real. Poor thing, young pups playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain. Poor thing, young pups playing war games. He wanted love, but he only made more pain. Pull out one pistol, rum in my face. Come get your issue, no one gets sprayed. Win or you lose, let the fight another day. And if I take a L, I won't feel no way. Cause I did do worse of things.
Yeah, I mean, alright, let's see this video now, because, like, I think that's a pretty decent song. I mean, I definitely would have to listen to that song again, but as I feel, if that song's necessarily for me, probably not. And ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me, and that's perfectly fine. But I love J. Cole, don't get me wrong. But let's see what this video's about. The entire internet got J. Cole's Poor Thing diss wrong.
J. Cole dissed a rapper on Diss 29, track 5 of the Fall Off. The song is called Poor Thing, and the entire internet got the rapper that he was dissing wrong. Everyone claimed it was a Fayetteville rapper by the name of 910 Space, but in this video, I'm going to explain why it's definitely not
Holy conspiracy theories, bro. Like, he didn't even name drop anybody, I don't think.
him, and I'll also point out Cole's true target.
The internet picked the wrong target, and once you see all the receipts, you'll understand why it's not 910 Space.
Yeah, you really gotta respect this dude, cause like, bro, literally be like putting hip hop under a microscope and like be figuring shit out for us for our entertainment.
First off, Poor Thing is one of my favorite tracks on this album, and I'm definitely not alone. However, the track raised some eyebrows in reference to who Cole could be talking about because of what he's saying.
Bitch, you more like me than them niggas, you still a geek punk, bitch. You can't hide it with tattoos on your physique, punk.
When a lot of listeners first heard this track, they started trying to link the lyrics to Kendrick and Drake. Even after 2 years, the ripple effect of the battle,
Bro, 2 years? Holy fuck. Dude, there's no way it's been 2 years. Oh my god. No, it hasn't. It's been like a year and some, but it almost. Dude, it would have been already 2 years. By the time I ship out, that's crazy as fuck, bro. Like, that's actually wild as fuck.
has still consumed a portion of the culture, so much so that everything seems to be read into as if it's a diss.
Some people were saying Kendrick, other people said Drake, but it wasn't related to either one of them.
In saying that, I do see where they're coming from, because it was clear that Cole was talking to someone.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, why would he be dissing Kendrick? And here's the thing, too. It's like, motherfuckers were like, oh, after he bowed out of the whole thing, I don't want to hear nothing from J. Cole talking about like he's the best rapper. I used to think like this. But at the end of the day, it's like there's nuances to life. There's just nuances to everything. It's like, I feel like bro, like, who gives a fuck, bro? Like, you can change your mind at any point in time. That's okay. That's called adapting to new information. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that motherfuckers are, like, sometimes being too consistent can actually be bad, because, like, if you're too consistent with like, horrible behaviors, then where are you getting in life? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like little shit like that. So, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like adaption is not necessarily bad. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you can still be uplifting, especially if the nuance in this situation was like, oh, he dissed him, not realizing that, oh shit, I had nothing to do with this beef. This ain't got shit to do with me. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Even if he might have, like, unintentionally started the beef, it was never about him. This was always about Drake and Kendrick going back and forth to each other, and he was just caught in the crossfire, and luckily for him, he, like, ended up bowing out and saying when he felt wrong. Even if he backpedaled or backtracked on what he said, it's like, bro, he said what he said.
But the question is, who?
This nigga back home been talking slick and I done heard him.
Well, in the second verse, he begins to paint the picture for us, and the person that he's addressing is clearly someone that he's known for a long time.
He talk like he lied, but I remember him from high school.
This is someone from back in the high school era.
Now, before we get into who this person is and the history behind it, we need to talk about where J. Cole was at during this time in his life. As per Cole himself, Dis 29 tells the story of him returning to his hometown of Fayetteville at the age of 29.
We see this with the James Taylor song on the intro, which is basically like this unofficial anthem of Carolina and being homesick.
I started getting homesick, and I thought of this song and my home.
By the way, hit the like button and drop a comment for me, because
bro sounded like one of those essays that he has to reach like a certain word count. He's like, well, yeah, this song that I made about my home, about being homesick, I was homesick and I made it about my home.
that really does help.
So it's at this point where he's coming fresh off the success of 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and he's still living in New York. Cole basically dropped the album and was at a fork in the road in life, and the path that he decided on was to get
in. This imagery is beautiful. Even if I think that, like, okay, like, you can have certain opinions about certain things, and that's fine. Like the rapping, like certain things can be good, but like if the overall thing is a little boring, that's also fine. That's okay. It's just not for me. There's other J. Cole songs I like that I find more entertainment. At the end of the day, music is entertainment. Whether you're learning from it, vibing out, it's still a form of entertainment. So, but the imagery still here is like it's very crazy, and I think it's impressive. Like I couldn't replicate this. You know what I'm saying?
Engaged, married, and moved back to his home state.
And once I knew, I just went and got the ring. Like it wasn't even, I just knew. I also moved from New York to North Carolina.
She kind of looks like Gina from Martin.
With all that said, who is Cole talking about on Poor Thing? A lot of people have run with the narrative that it's a Fayetteville rapper by the name of 910 Space, but when you line up the details, it doesn't make any sense, and even Space said himself that he didn't believe the record was about him. His reasoning was pretty simple. None of Cole's shots matched his life. He didn't grow up with both parents, he didn't come up in a nice neighborhood, he grew up in the projects, and he didn't even come up in the same age group because he was older than Cole. Space was very clear in saying that he didn't know J. Cole when they were young and that they didn't go to the same school. In his own words, almost nothing in that song adds up with his situation.
And if there's anyone that would love that track to be about, damn, it's that guy, right? But even he hears it and says, like, nah, like, he can't even justify it to himself that it's about him.
You got to think, this album...
It's crazy. Like, the amount of dissecting into hip-hop that y'all be doing, it's like, why don't y'all do this for the Epstein files? Like, bro, like, this shit is wild as fuck. Like, motherfuckers be trying to figure out... I mean, and then, obviously... there's the true reality that you can literally do both. Like I literally made a video on the whole Epstein shit a couple days ago, and I'm over here making a hip hop one. At the end of the day, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm just saying, like, in general, you know what I'm saying, for the people who have one track mind and shit like that, like why don't they put that same energy into things that are, you know what I'm saying?
Was following a theme, and Cole is starting us off around 2013, 2014 in his life. 910 Space didn't directly diss J. Cole until 2024 when he urinated on his house, and he also dropped the full-on diss track.
He urinated on it, bro. What? Why y'all always gotta be a motherfucker doing some weird ass, corny ass shit, bro?
Remember light skin Jermaine swore he knew the game. Got a record deal and he took it to the brain.
Okay, so if it's not 910 Space, then who could Cole be talking to?
Well, I believe Cole's true target is an ex-NFL player turned rapper from Fayetteville named Tank Tyler. Tank was drafted to the NFL in 2007, and unlike 910 Space, he is the exact same age as J. Cole. They were both born in 1985. Tank played in the NFL for around 4 years before jumping into hip-hop.
It sounds like he's trying to rap like Rick Ross or something.
Due to being from the same city, eventually the two connected, and Tank had high hopes that J. Cole would help promote his music career. When that didn't happen, it seems as though he attempted to extort Cole and basically told him if he wouldn't do any records with him, then Cole couldn't come back to Fayetteville. It all seemed to start at a nightclub called...
Bro. If this... Yo. People who actually think like this, and like not on a satire level, like people who actually think like this and think that like that shit will ever matter... Like, bro, you're a bum. You're a bum. I don't know this person, but I'm saying, like, people who think like this, like, oh, if you don't do what I want you to do, you're never coming back home. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all have you don't own a house in this city, bro. You talking about like you have all this power. You're not in the cartel, bro. You're not a fucking... You're not a cop. You hold no power. Motherfuckers talking about, oh, you can't come back to this city. What you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, bro? You're gonna sit there on the I-95 or the fucking highway scoping for J. Cole's car. Like, please, bro. Like get the, like, let's be real, bro. Like, motherfuckers who, like, even, like, some gangsters, bro. That's another thing, too. Is like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm ever tough. I'm not, bro. But it's like motherfuckers, like, who get offended by a color, whatever, bro. It stands for something, blah, blah, blah. Still, bro, that shit is bum behavior. Like, bro, get a job. Go on LinkedIn, apply for a job, or find a fucking, start painting, draw some pictures, record a fucking song. Some shit, dog. Like, this shit is just, like, very much loser behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Called Speak Easy in the Ville. I can't be 100% sure about the date, but I do know Cole was there on March 1st, 2012. Cole was in VIP that night, and so was Tank Tyler. Apparently, Tank had been texting Cole to try to get him to work on some music, and Cole never hit him back. For that reason, Tank was already feeling away, so when the two met in the club...
Bro, if you're an artist and you're watching this video, I need you to, like, realize for a second. And here's the thing, too. It's like, before I say this, y'all already know. So it's like, I already know that anybody who invests time into watching my content, or it gets recommended to, that they're already going to be an intelligent person of some sorts. I already know that. I just know that. But I'm going to say this anyways. If you are an artist, and you need to realize you can't get mad when motherfuckers don't support you. I know it sounds backwards. I know as an artist you would expect, it's like, damn, bro, my friends and family should be reposting stuff like that, because when I blow up, they're gonna be asking me for favors. That's the point, bro. That is literally the fucking point. When you blow up, you remember who was there for you. So my point is, like, and also reminding people, they're just watching yourself. Like, that's cool. But, like, if they don't, you can't get mad, bro. And especially to the point where, like, you retaliate out of frustration. It's like, bro, use this same energy and channel it into your craft. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, this shit right here is literally why people die over stupid shit. Because of fucking entitlement, jealousy, it's like resentment, all that shit, bro.
Things started to go left, and it was actually 910 Space who allegedly put things at ease.
I know that you see 910 Space dissing Cole over the last couple years, but back at this point, they were actually cool.
He ended up in a situation with Big Tank. They was in there. I went over, spoke to my people from the Merc. They had a VIP. Cole has VIP. I told him, yo, man, y'all leave that shit alone. He with me. He always gonna be with me. And we not doing that.
However, even after that exchange, while Cole was back in New York, Tank allegedly hit him up and said, a collab would benefit us both. I can offer you protection in Fayetteville and in the streets, to which Cole told him to eat a dick.
And Cole did this on a Funk Flex freestyle.
Niggas try extorting me to get a verse about me. Nigga eat dick, your street shit don't apply to me. I walk around...
Bro, he said that... Right, he said that like it was a fucking text message, which would have been like actually fucking funny, but like this is also just goofy as well. Like you know the obsession that a motherfucker needs to have to even like understand that they got a response back. You know what I'm saying? Or like to a point where like this motherfucker's on a freestyle like responding. Like there got to be like a level of obsession. Like, please, find God. Seek help. You know what I'm saying?
No security, YOLO. So if a nigga plan to put a bullet through my polo, cause I wouldn't help his promo, so be it. Kill you niggas without licking a shot, this Cold War. Soviet, no Vietnam, back in Vietnam.
Soviet, so be it.
You know, this guy might be pretty big, but Cole clearly wasn't about to be threatened by him. He's clearly not afraid of him at all.
Due to the freestyle...
And in hindsight, it's like, this shit is so goofy too, because like, bro, like rap beef is so unserious, bro. It's just a bunch of grown ass men just like rhyming insults. Like,
Tank fired back and dissed Cole on the Let Nas Down beat, titling the track Let the Nom Down.
You can see on this track where Tank is reacting to Cole's freestyle.
Said this nigga on Funk Flat sounded like you wanted beef. Could've simply said fuck the street shit, but you replied eat a dick, bitch. And now you let the Nom down.
Tank also says that Cole can't just come into Fayetteville and act the way that he's been acting.
Can't any nigga just go running around the Ville flexing.
Tank continues
Bro,
on
this motherfucker marinated to the point he wrote about it and recorded a song about it and then released that shit. It's like, y'all need to just talk in person. Get the fuck off the mic, bro.
track by saying that Cole can't come back to Fayetteville anymore, and that if he does, people will be looking for him, and that he's not even allowed to claim the Ville.
You ain't from the Ville, nigga. You can't even say that shit no more. Don't come back home doing no shows or none of that. The Merc Road niggas gonna be at all your shows, nigga. You should've listened. All for protection, nigga.
So what he said there was that the Merc Road Boys is going to be at every show that you're at.
Okay, so if someone offers you protection, you owe them. It's like, bro, like, this motherfucker charges $2,000 a verse. Security is what? I don't fucking know. You compare that security price to whatever the fuck he's charging for a verse, like, bro, it's not gonna add up. It's not.
And you can't come back.
When Tank talks about the Merc Boys, he's referring to the guys that are from the Murchison Road corridor in Fayetteville. This is a notoriously high crime rate area known for gang activity, and it's also a neighborhood that Cole shouted out on track 3 of the Fall Off, which was safety.
But here's the thing, Tank wasn't from there either. Not even close.
That diss track from Tank dropped on August 11th, 2013, and at the time, Cole was on a huge tour for Born Sinner. He was touring all over the world, and he only went back to North Carolina one time, and that was in Charlotte. From there, he jumped right into recording Forest Hills Drive, and all that album was recorded in New York and LA. So up to this date, it seems as though Cole had not been back to Fayetteville, and basically the last thing he was told before moving back was that he wasn't safe there anymore. In fact, it was just 4 months after these threats from Tank.
And it's like, bro, who gives a fuck, bro? It's like, if your hometown wants to kill you, then fucking so be it, bro. Like,
where Cole turned 29.
Which perfectly leads into disc 1, which is the start of this album.
So with that said, I feel we can now properly break down Cole's Poor Things.
This nigga back home been talking slick and I done heard on. Get your name gone, niggas like that gon' throw they dirt on.
So again, sticking with the concept of disc 1, it appears that Cole is not living in Fayetteville yet, as he refers to a guy back home who's talking slick and trying to get his name going.
Around this time, Tank was trying to promote his new mixtape.
Talk like he lied, but I remember him from high school.
Although Cole and Tank did go to different high schools, Tank was a football prodigy. Most kids in Fayetteville knew who he was because very few people from the Ville made it to the league, and Tank was a known athlete in the city. Even on the cover of one of the vinyls from the Fall Off, which were all pictures taken by Cole on a disposable camera at age 15, we see E.E. Smith High School, which was the school that Tank went to, so obviously Cole spent time around this school and had friends that went there.
Plenty nights a nigga didn't eat, punk bitch. Oh, damn, it was on the street, punk bitch.
Cole begins to contrast his upbringing with Tank's, drawing a firm line between the reality of Tank's facade.
One no Western Unions from you when I need it, punk bitch.
This bar is actually pretty crazy when you think about who Tank was. The guy made it to the NFL. He had a lot of money at one point. So when Cole says weren't no Western Unions, so you weren't needed, I don't think he's just talking about wiring money in general. I think he's hinting at why Tank had value to certain street dudes. Because in that world, Western Union is used to move money around, but you need a guy that's willing to provide their identification. If Tank is sitting there with NFL checks and a name that opens doors, it's not hard to imagine him being some sort of cash cow because he had the resources that other people around him just didn't have. Even in traditional banks, a red flag probably wouldn't get raised as quickly with an NFL player withdrawing or depositing large sums of money. Both Tank's resources and his name could have been extremely useful in many different ways.
And when you're someone like Tank, who's literally trying to build an image of a street rapper, like, it kind of works for both of them.
Started rolling with niggas that's packing heat pump, bitch. More like me than them niggas, you still a geek punk, bitch.
In the first line, we already saw Tank referred to being around the guys from Murchison Road, an area known for gun violence. Cole claims that Tank is more like him than any of the guys he's around and calls him a geek. Now, Tank is someone that did great in school. Even by his own words from a college profile that I found, he said that he lived close by to some dangerous areas, but that he had people in his life to keep him on track. In fact, Tank even graduated high school a semester early, which means he was clearly focused on his studies and football at the time, and not being in the streets.
The guy wasn't in the streets when he was doing amazing in high school, graduated early, went to college, went to the NFL. Like, that just didn't happen.
Tank was the Cape Fear Region Player of the Year. He was named an all-conference as a junior. Back in high school, he was definitely pushing weight, but that was a 437-pound
Holy
bench
shit.
and a 500-pound squat.
The guy just wasn't in the streets. Like he just wasn't.
So again, J. Cole made a very valid point with that bar because they both did great in school. They both played sports. They both went to college. Tank is definitely a lot more like J. Cole than those guys from Merck Road.
You can't hide it with tattoos on your physique, punk bitch.
Even during his college years, Tank didn't seem to have a single tattoo, but at a particular point, he definitely started to get some ink on his body.
Now, he's not the first guy to get tattoos at a high school, right? A lot of people do, but it does fit what Cole is saying.
And you grew up with both your parents to teach, punk bitch.
One thing that I can confirm for sure is that Tank definitely grew up with two active parents that were able to teach him right from wrong. Just off my research, his mom was a very constant figure in his life, and for his father, he said the following: "Everything about me is in my history box DNA implanted in me from my greatest role model, John Tyler. Happy born day, Dad."
So, unlike Cole, this guy really did have two parents that were in his life.
You ain't claiming no real section, your street wasn't lit. Man, your shit look like mine with hella tree trunk.
With this, I found that Cole wasn't lying either. I tracked down a couple of Tank's childhood homes, and it was in my
I'm fucking
research
dead.
that I discovered they were all
Bro said, "Hey, bro, you grew up in a nice area. Quit with all that fucking violence talk, bro."
surrounded by trees. None of these homes are even close to the Murchison Road corridor, the same people he threatened and tried to extort
Why does
J.
that
Cole
look like one of the houses on Catfish?
with. And Cole is right, the neighborhoods that Tank grew up in are very similar to that house on Forest Hills Drive.
Everything seems to be lining up pretty damn good here.
That's when I started rhyming and making beats, son, bitch. Way before you was lying about touching keys.
Cole makes it clear that he has been rapping and producing for a very long time. Tank's passion was football and rap came later. In the second line, he references touching keys, which is a clever play on making beats, but also appears to be a full-blown fact that this guy was lying about his life.
A dope boy duffel bag with the cash in it. Still keep the trap jumping, fuck with me. Just got back from Philly, brought 100 pounds with me from my Camden niggas.
Just like a lot of rappers, the dude is a fraud. Like, you know, he got a clean record, couple speeding tickets. He's a sweetheart.
And once Cole got back to the Ville, it seemed like he genuinely wanted to run a fair fight with this guy, but he also knew the people he was around and the type of timing they were on.
Look, I'm back in the Ville so we can see.
And that's another thing too. It's like, bro, people who are actually in that life, any talks about it is just more evidence for a fucking RICO charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not smart. So like, obviously, when people start talking about drugs, most likely, like 9 times out of 10, they're fucking lying.
So with all that said, I believe Tank Tyler is the likely person that Cole is talking about on Poor Things because he was
And that's the thing too, is like J. Cole will actually punch you. Like, this motherfucker hit Diddy, bro.
bold enough to tell Cole that he couldn't even come back to his hometown. He tried to extort Cole for promotion and threaten him with local goons. Cole clearly wasn't afraid of the guy because he told him to eat a dick and even dropped that freestyle response. This was all around the same time before he decided to move back to Fayetteville.
Everyone's running with the 910 space theory, but I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him at all.
The
Bro, imagine having like more than a beef for like more than a decade, like on some 50 Cent Ja Rule shit. It's like, bro, I want at some point you just be like, all right, bro, I'm tired, bro. Like, I just don't care no more.
interesting thing about Tank is he eventually molded right back into a person who seems spiritually similar to J. Cole. Eventually, it seems like he dropped the street act, and today he comes off as a genuine soul who's living a really healthy and holistic life. He basically went
drinking kombucha.
from rapping about moving keys to setting up these stands and selling homemade juice. It seems like at a particular point he got lost in the image of becoming a street rapper, but he was able to pull himself back in.
And I took it and made sea moss, uva ursi, coconuts, and you mix it in a circle of life, and that makes supo, the juice.
With that said, there was
Almost
one
high as
other
fuck.
rapper that he grew up with that I felt I should mention.
Someone else that Cole was cool with from Fayetteville while growing up was Rain 910. He definitely knew him for a long time, and Rain is honestly a phenomenal MC out of Fayetteville. This guy's really good.
At the Diamonds International, the ring she picked was classical. Premiered her Dior Riviera one piece on a jet boat. Let's go, that's the game, we're leaving. Well, that's a shame, but with laughter and lack of blame, we put our
He
back
looks like if Neo and like Common had a baby. I don't know how to explain it, bro.
on the plane.
I could see a lot of Pusha influence in this guy, but the guy's definitely dope, which is kind of a perk of doing this. I get to find people like this guy. His music's really dope.
However, when Cole got signed, it was around that same era that the issues with Tank were going on, where Rain did kind of throw some dirt on Cole's name.
What's up with you and J. Cole right now, man? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, man. Like that's a question you really have to ask him, man. Like, you know, you come up with people, you know, you around during the beginning of the nigga career and things they doing, and it's like after a while, it's almost like niggas disappear. Like people just turn into different people. Like.
Now, is this enough for Cole to feel like he wants to fight the guy? I don't think so.
That literally sounded like one of those responses where like, bro, I don't even know what to tell you, dog. You ask me a question like that, it's like, I don't know. Bro, ask him, bro.
I don't understand. In order for me to do this sort of research, the lyrics for these rappers aren't even online. I physically have to listen to their discography to see if I can hear any sort of J. Cole disrespect. And for Rain, I just couldn't seem to find any.
This guy definitely did not come from money, and I'm not going to get into his family history.
Wait. Did this motherfucker just record himself? Hold on. Like, pretending to listen to music?
J. Cole disrespect.
Hey, no way, bro. Like, bro's like, all right, let me just put this shot in there. See if I look introspective enough.
You gotta understand, in order for me to do this sort of research, the lyrics for these rappers aren't even...
Brother, this frame is just too goofy, bro. And y'all motherfuckers like, no, he just recorded the video while he was listening to the song. I know your ass don't believe that for a second, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. This is a goofy ass frame, bro.
Online. I physically have to listen to their discography to see if I can hear any sort of J. Cole disrespect. And for Rain, I just couldn't seem to find any.
This guy definitely did not come from money, and I'm not going to get into his family history, but I don't think he had it all that good growing up from what I'm seeing.
Outside of a few interview comments, there's just no direct shots coming from Rain during this era, and nothing that even the locals of Fayetteville seem to pick up on. However, one thing I did find odd was the day that Cole's album dropped, Rain took to Twitter and said, "Candyman doesn't pop out when you mention bees, a trench coat, and a hook. Go in the mirror and say his name." I found this post really interesting. The post only had 2 likes on it when I liked it, and it didn't take long for him to delete it. Rain did grow up with both parents, a father in New York and a mother in Fayetteville, but I don't think it was always that sweet. I did find it interesting that Rain admitted to hanging out with Cole at the skating rink, and we know that was all during the high school era.
Me and Cole, like we came up together, like being in the skating rink together, rapping, freestyling, and then once he got his deal, him like me just locking in with him doing records. We did some records that never were released, and just being in there while he's working on his albums, giving my input or whatever. Like, yeah, but we knew each other since young.
It seems possible that Rain might feel connected to some of these bars, but on Facebook he even said, "I know the sight of blood entertains y'all, but is love until further notice." I'm realizing just how much talent is in Fayetteville because, like, this Rain dude, going through his discography, the guy's fucking amazing. He's an A-tier rapper. Elite. And he can pretty much do it all. As far as 910 Space, outside of the 2024 disses, I was able to find some older shots from him directed at Cole, but it was around 2018.
Illuminati probably run you. It's a cold world, I son you.
So it's a Cole world and then a diss, obviously towards J. Cole.
And like your biggest fan, here's a round of applause. Don't just clap for him, shoot him off the platform.
Another obvious shot where he's playing off A Star Is Born with Hove and Cole.
Platform, then applaud Hove, he gave him the platform.
One thing that I can be certain about is that 910 Space has zero plans of ever patching things up with Cole, and he even mentioned an encounter that they had, I'm not sure which year, where it sounds like things could have got a bit ugly.
Yeah, but everything just seems like jealousy, in my opinion, from these two.
Know what we got now.
So would it take like a simple sit down?
No, I ain't sitting down talking. I already did that. I already tried that. He ran. Nah, I ain't gonna go there. I'ma say this. No, we can't sit down and talk no more. Sitting down talking is over with.
The big problem is Space's timeline just doesn't line up with the concept of the album or the theme of the album, right? And he even said himself that it's not about him. And that's the most critical thing to recognize. 910
Holy shit, you can see his lip gloss through the fucking black and white, bro.
Space is someone who clearly doesn't need much to engage with Cole. If anyone would love that record to be about them, it's him. But even he can't justify it in his head. As much as he might have searched to try and link that record to himself, even he knows that the person that Cole is describing isn't related to him at all. I'm sure he wishes that the record was about him, but even he's looking at it and saying, I didn't grow up with two parents. Like, I didn't grow up in a nice neighborhood. I'm from the projects. Like, he knows it's not about him. For me personally, I'm putting all my money on Poor Things being directed at Tank Tyler because too many pieces of the puzzle fit, and he was bold enough to tell Cole that he couldn't even rep his own hometown, even saying that Cole wasn't safe there. I got lots of Cole content coming. I just kind of got stuck in a rabbit hole with this because it just didn't make sense to me that it was 910 Space. So I went down a crazy rabbit hole, but there's lots more content coming.
Bitch, I'm about to.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like multiple things, bro. It's like, first of all, who gives a fuck, bro? It's like, maybe I'm missing something, but I feel like, bro, if you're already rich and famous, who gives a fuck what anybody else who hasn't even achieved their goals has to say? Like, dead ass, like, who gives a fuck? And then another thing too is like, it's better to just invest time into your own craft, instead of like channeling that energy into hate and jealousy. It's like, bro, use this same energy into whatever you're trying to make happen. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. It's just goofy. And like, one thing too is like if you got beef with someone, and you say their name, you're technically promoting them. You're technically putting their brand out there, technically doing that shit. It's like, I've been in rap beefs before, bro. It's the corniest shit. It's the goofiest shit ever. It's like, bro, if you have a problem with somebody, you gotta talk to them as a man. You know what I'm saying? If you can't talk to them as a man, then y'all don't know each other enough to have a fucking problem. Is it entertaining seeing rap beefs? Yes, it is, and stuff like that. But like, when it comes to like people like talking about losing their lives over rhymes, it's like, all right, bro, that's too much. But anyways, y'all take care of yourself. This was the entire internet's got J. Cole's Poor Thing diss wrong. Y'all stay safe. If you're a rapper, stay out of problems with other rappers. Collab with each other. If they don't want to collab with you, so fucking be it, bro. Then ellos se lo pierden. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta worry about that shit to the point where, like, I mean, if someone disrespects you, you de-escalate to the point, but like, don't ever let it get to where you gotta feel like telling a motherfucker that they're not that they can't come back to their own hometown, because that's so goofy, bro. Like, your ass ain't gonna be standing around like the fucking sheriff looking for someone with a warrant. Like, your ass ain't gonna be doing that shit outside the highway. So anyways, stay out of problems. And my name is Zach X. I'm a rapper myself, and y'all, if you have any questions or any video recommendations, just put it down in the comments, or just let me know, DM me, blah blah blah, and I'll shout you out. And yeah, all in all, take care of yourself and be safe, and goodbye. Fly away.